Hi and welcome to the Forest of Arden. My name is Chris Ryan and this week it's the US Open. It's the second major of the year at Shinnecock Hills. I absolutely love these weeks. I love the build-up, I love the hype, I love talking to people about who do you think is going to win, and obviously I love watching the event as well. So this week, because it's the US Open, I'm going to be showing you my favourite drills from the tee right through to the green. So this video is going to be my favourite drill with the driver. On Wednesday, we're going to be looking at my favourite drills to help you with your iron clubs. And then we're going to finish up on Friday with my favourite drills in the short game. So thank you for joining me here at the Forest of Arden. We're on the 17th, this fantastic par 5 down and around to the left over water. It is, as I'm sure you are aware, it is US Open week at Shinnecock Hills, the second major of the year. So before we get started, I would love to hear who you think is going to win. Actually, let's get you to put two names down there. Who do you think is going to win and who would you like to win? I certainly know who I would like to win. I would absolutely love to see Tiger pick up another major, or at least to just see him in contention on that back nine on Sunday. I've got a feeling it might just be a little bit too soon. I don't think his game is quite there yet. His last outing at Memorial, he looked pretty good from tee to green. His putting maybe just wasn't quite on, but I would love to see him do it. But let me know who do you think will win and who would you like to win this week's US Open. So because it's the US Open, this week's videos are going to be my favourite tips and drills. So in this lesson, we're going to do my favourite drills with the driver. Wednesday is going to be my favourite drills with the irons, and then Friday is going to be my favourite drill for your short game. So this one is a little bit for 2 for 1. So there's kind of 2 drills in here. So what I'm trying to do in these videos is look at things that I think are going to apply to as many golfers as possible. So some drills that I would use in my coaching, which can help almost every golfer out there just get a little bit better at this game. So when I was thinking about driving, the 2 things that I think more golfers than not would benefit from would be a more centered strike and a little bit more distance. Now a centered strike on its own will give you more distance, but if we can do something else to give more distance, we're going to get kind of double distance, if you like. We're going to get better strike, giving more distance, and then a slightly different impact condition, which is going to give more distance. So here's what we're going to do. You may well have seen this before. This is something that many coaches do. This stuff is absolutely invaluable when we are coaching. This is called foot spray. What you do is you spray the face of your driver with it. It just puts a sort of coating of powder on your golf club, and then what is going to happen is you're going to hit some drives, perhaps 2 to 3, and you're going to see where your contact point is on the golf club. So you're going to start to see whether you're the golfer who's hitting more from the toe, more from the heel, maybe a little bit too low and a little bit too high. As you can probably imagine, the center of the golf club is pretty ideal. Anything around there, maybe even just above that, is going to give you fantastic results. If you are more of a heel striker or a toe striker, you're going to get some curve that you don't necessarily want, and you're probably going to get a loss of distance on those drives as well. So you're going to get unpredictable ball flight and loss of distance, something we want to try and avoid. So the first thing I want you to do is actually just hit some shots and just monitor where you're striking. That alone can often lead to some improvement, because many golfers I see are missing the middle, but they're not necessarily aware of it. So they're never going to improve that if they're not aware of it. Couple of little drives with this spray on, you're going to start to see where your strike pattern is, and you can make some what I call little micro moves to improve that. Those micro moves will hopefully see that strike pattern move more to the center. If someone were to ask you what have you done to improve that strike, you might not even know, but you've just made some subtle adjustments to help you strike the middle. That's your first job. Your second job would be to actually start to think about the golf club in 4 quarters. So you've got low heel, low toe, high heel, high toe, and you've got 4 areas on the club face. The second exercise I would get you to do is actually just hit some shots without changing your starting position. So you're not changing distance from the ball or alignment or anything like that, but from your standard starting position, just start to see whether you can actually hit a golf ball from each of those 4 parts of the golf club. You may wonder, why would you ever do this? Why would you try to hit, off center? But what we're really trying to get you to do as the golfer is have almost 100% control of your golf swing. Be able to hit the heel, be able to hit the toe, low, high. If you can start to have that control over the golf club, I guarantee you will take your game to the next level. Because all too often on the golf course, you're going to get, tee box which is slightly uneven. You're going to get maybe a setup which is slightly different on one hole than it was on a previous hole. You have to be able to control that golf club and hone in on that center point. If you can start to vary where you make contact, it is a skill which a lot of the elite players have. And unfortunately, many of the amateurs that I coach don't have that ability. So starting to be aware of your contact point is number one, and then number two is starting to see if you can vary that contact point. It does seem a little bit strange to try and do that, but I guarantee if you can build that into your practice, it will help. And it's also a little bit of fun as well. You imagine you go to the driving range, you just start to hit lots of different shots. You might just have to explain to the people next to you why your balls are going off in different directions, but if you can get past that, I'm sure you're going to find a benefit to that. So the second part to this drill is you're going to take your head cover. You will hopefully all have a head cover. You're going to place that head cover a foot in front of the golf ball. So here, just about a foot in front of the golf ball. And what this is going to do is this is going to improve your angle of approach into the ball. We know from the data from TrackMan of the launch motors that if you can get your golf club rising into impact and upward hit, for the majority of golfers, this will give you greater distance. It will allow you to launch the ball higher, it will allow you to reduce the spin, and it will allow you to have a different ball flight to give you more distance. Many of the golfers out there are hitting down on the golf ball. If you hit down on the golf ball with this setup, you will make contact with your head cover. It will only take you a few swings where you're having to run and get your head cover every shot for you to start to make that change, trust me. So very simply, again, like the strike, we don't necessarily want you to think too much about what you're doing here. We just want you to try and practice hitting these shots and feel as if the club is moving up over that head cover. So, little setup with some spray, a head cover, you can start to improve your strike, you can start to improve your approach angle, and I guarantee if you can do those things, you'll pick up more distance. As a bonus, if you're hitting the middle, the curve on the golf ball is going to be more predictable. You'll probably find you can hit more fairways as well. So, strike, attack angle, those are the two things we're trying to cover in this drill. Let's see if I can put these into practice on this this par 5 17th. A good drive here would see me in range, I would think, of the green. So let's see if we can do those things. And that's absolutely perfect in this hole, just up the middle, turning over. Strike felt pretty good, and I'm not sure if you can pick that up as well, but that was pretty much right in the center, marginally low of center. So a little bit higher might have given me a slightly different ball flight, maybe a couple extra yards, but I missed the head cover. I did hit center, it was just a little bit low. I would definitely take that. So one of my favorite drills to do with the driver is to monitor strike and to improve the attack angle into the golf ball. I think those two things give me the greatest gains from a student who comes in wanting to improve the way they hit the driver. So hopefully that video helps. I'm really looking forward to US Open starting on Thursday. I hope you are too. As I say, let me know who you think is going to win and who would you like to win. Do you think Tiger can get it done? I think he's got a chance, but I think he's going to come up just a little bit short. Thank you very much for watching. Usual stuff is down below. There's a comments box down there. There's a like button. There is also a link over here. There is also a button, I should say, over here somewhere with my logo in it. That'll allow you to be a free subscriber of my channel. I would love to have you along for the journey. And make sure you also stay tuned on Wednesday and Friday for my best drills with your irons and my best drills from around the green. Thanks for watching. We'll hopefully see you back here again soon.